Coming up on Mornings on the Hill, an update on the war in Ukraine and how students on campus can get support.
And the New York State Special Olympics were held in Syracuse this weekend. We'll tell you how the community came together for the event.
And a full list of winners from the NAACP and Screen Actor Guild Awards from this weekend. All that and more coming up on Mornings on the Hill. Rise and shine. Good morning. I'm James Catato. Thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Mornings on the Hill.
And I'm Rochelle LeGrand. Here's a look at some of the stories we'll be covering this half hour. Now, welcome back and happy Fat Tuesday. Now, people around the world are celebrating Mardi Gras, but let's dive into the history of the celebration. Mardi Gras is a Christian holiday. It's a French term that translates to Fat Tuesday and is always held the day before Ash Wednesday. It's a celebration where people indulge in rich and fatty foods before having to give it all up for Lent. Now, it's celebrated in countries across the world, but the biggest celebration in the United States is held in New Orleans. The Mornings on the Hill team here are wearing our Mardi Gras colors today. James and I are in our best purple for the celebration. Isn't that right, James?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And why don't you tweet us at Morning Without the G on the Hill and tell us how and if you're celebrating Fat Tuesday today.
Our top story, active COVID cases on campus are on a steady decline.
Our Morgan Scott joins us live to tell us how students are adjusting to level blue.
Yes, as of today, there are 55 total active COVID cases on campus, a 78% decline from last week. I spoke with some students to hear what they have to say about this decline.
I think it's kind of refreshing to see cases going down and kind of return to normality in a sense. And I personally would really like to maybe get rid of masks in classes and see my classmates.
If Syracuse University knows that COVID is not being contracted into the dorms or on campus and the numbers are low and they are consistent with everything else in the county and what New York State has claimed, then they should probably roll it back. Once again, using that colored system that they have in place anyway.
It has only been about a week since the university transitioned to COVID level blue, but students have been wearing their masks since the start of the school year. Reporting live, I'm Morgan Scott for Mornings on the Hill.
Morgan, thank you. And after SU announced its move into the blue zone, County Executive Ryan McMahon has been asking for a metric to get rid of masks in high schools as cases decrease countywide. The indoor mask mandate in all schools will actually be lifted statewide starting tomorrow, which is earlier than Governor Hochul initially stated. Cases have dropped 98% in New York since the initial Omicron spike in January. And if you're having Wi-Fi problems on campus, your personal hotspot could be the cause.
Our Allison Turner is here in studio to explain to us how to fix the issue.
Thanks, guys. It's a story that never seems to end. Students come to campus for class or to do work, but they then have trouble connecting to the Wi-Fi or it doesn't work altogether. Because of this, they will use their personal hotspots on their phones to get internet access. But that ends up disrupting normal Wi-Fi connectivity, and it makes it harder for others to connect to the Wi-Fi. In response, the university recently shared steps on what to do when the Wi-Fi isn't working, and I'm going to break it all down for you.
First, you'll want to go to Wi-Fi up in the top corner. Turn that on and select Air Orange Help. Once that is selected, you'll go to aoh.syr.edu and you'll see a page like this. You'll choose which one of these options works best for your computer, and whichever one works best, you'll hit download. It'll tell you to review the profile and system preferences if you want to install. So you'll go to System Preferences and you can search Profiles, and it'll be down here with the little check mark. and then you can look at this, such as when you downloaded it, where it's from, all of that. And if you want to install it, you'll click install, and then you'll need to put in your Syracuse ID and password. And then it'll show installing profile. And then once it's installed, you should be able to go. But if you can't, then you'll go up back to Wi-Fi and choose Air Orange X.
If Wi-Fi problems persist, email help@syr.edu to connect with ITS and get support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For Mornings on the Hill, I'm Allison Turner.
Allison, thank you. Today marks almost a full week into Russia's attack on Ukraine, and right now Ukraine is on standby as a Russian military convoy 40 miles deep is approaching the capital city of Kiev. Currently, the death toll is unknown, but more than 500,000 people have fled Ukraine. Governor Kathy Hochul is set to order a Russian sanction and open New York's doors to Ukrainian refugees.
Syracuse University's Student Outreach and Retention Program, as well as Orange Success, are here for those who need counseling during these difficult times. Support is open to all students, staff, and faculty. You can reach the hotline number at 315-443-4357, or you can go online to experience.syracuse.edu.
Coming up here on Mornings on the Hill, a look at your weather, and stick around for a new segment on our show with our very own Miles Hood and a look at some winners from Academy Awards.
Also coming up, stay with us for those stories and much more on Mornings on the Hill.
Time for a look at your weather.
Our Lauren Helmbrett is live in studio to tell you what temperatures to expect today.
Hi everyone, happy Tuesday, and if you're celebrating joyeuse Mardi Gras, lasez les bons temps, roulez, il fait très froid dehors. I said happy Mardi Gras, let the good times roll, and it is cold outside. Right now it's about 35 degrees, it feels closer to 27, and you can expect a bit of precipitation later today. Like the weather girls sang, it is raining. Just raining. That's about after 3 p.m. There is quite a bit of wind, about 24 miles an hour right now. Now, as we look through the rest of the day, the weather is going to rise a bit this afternoon, closer to 43 degrees before going down again. So it's going to stay right around that freezing, just above freezing temperature today. And you can expect rain, a little bit of snow. Keep an eye on that precipitation. So if you have an umbrella, you got a raincoat, just have it near you, because throughout the day, there's going to be changes in that precipitation. Later tonight at about 2 a.m., you can expect some rain and snow showers. So when you wake up in the morning, you'll have a little bit of that. Then looking for the rest of the week. So if I move a little bit out of the way, you can see that on Wednesday, again, it's right around that freezing temperature. So keep an eye out. It's going to be cold. There is wind. And again, this week is like a buffet of precipitation. So we have snow, we have sleet, we have a bit of rain. So every day you never really know what to expect. So again, keep yourself bundled up just to prepare. So tomorrow, Wednesday, 36, Thursday and Friday, again, right around freezing. And then it is going to warm up a bit on Saturday. If you're going to the basketball game, it'll be a little warmer. And then on Sunday, enjoy your day. There's not going to be much sun, but it is going to be about 58 degrees. That's all for your weather this week. Again, I'm Lauren Helmbrecht. Happy Mardi Gras.
Lauren, thank you. That Syracuse weather, always so consistent. Well, there might have been 32,000 fans in the Dome over the weekend, but for some media students, SU's game against Duke was nowhere near the biggest game of the season.
Our Calvin Cristoforo joins us live outside the studio, outside the Carrier Dome, to tell you how this year's edition of the Media Cup went down between WAER and the Daily Orange.
Hey, good morning, guys. If you've ever watched a basketball game with the WAER and Daily Orange sports staff, the phrase, "Oh, I could have made that shot," is very commonplace. So a couple weeks ago, those students got to go in the dome right behind me and test out that theory. The Media Cup between the Daily Orange and WAER, two sides that, well, don't like one another.
I feel great about tonight's contest. I want to win. I want to win.
I mean, we won 4 in a row. Look at these dudes. Coming into this one, the Daily Orange had won 4 straight, but you could tell right off the jump that this year's WAER team had a different swagger to them. WAER went up big early, and they were feeling, well, pretty confident about themselves on the bench.
I think it's pretty good. We got our own team. Brad Klein has had the best hustle play out there right now. Everyone's playing electric.
The Daily Orange, though, would punch back, and we would head into the break tied at 25. But early in the second, WAER started to pull away. First with stellar defense, and then with stellar offense. AER would cruise to a 12-point win in the Carrier Dome to grab their first victory in 5 years.
Working in the first half, and I was just glad that a couple of them went down in the second half, and it was a lot of fun. It's good to bring it back to WAER, and I was glad I could help a little bit.
Then to cap it all off the next morning, the radio station celebrated the only way they know how.
Chris, the long wait is over. The WAER sports staffers used a huge second half to claim the Media Cup last night. WAER took down the Daily Orange 58-46 inside the Dome.
So the 4-game winning streak is over for the Daily Orange, and now it's a 1-game winning streak for WAER. If you missed your media athletics fix, then hey, don't worry. Citrus TV against Z89 in the Watson Cup is coming up this spring. Kickball is the sport on tap for that one. Reporting live from outside the Carrier Dome for Mornings on the Hill, I'm Calvin Cristoforo.
Thank you so much for that, Calvin. I'm definitely excited to see that. And Syracuse was chosen as the location for this year's New York State Special Olympics. Our Caitlin McCarthy is here to give us all the details. Caitlin?
Thanks, Rochelle. After 2 long years, the Special Olympics is back and was held in Syracuse over the weekend. The opening ceremony kicked off on Friday night at the On Center with the traditional torch lighting, welcoming over 300 athletes across the state. Events at this year's Special Olympics include downhill and cross-country skiing, snowboarding, floor hockey, and figure skating. Athletes of all ages are from different backgrounds and different levels of experiences, but that didn't stop them from having fun. The games concluded with a closing ceremony and a dance party to celebrate. The Special Olympics have concluded, but Syracuse will hold the event for the next 2 years. Reporting inside the studio, I'm Caitlin McCarthy for Mornings on the Hill.
Stay with us here on Mornings on the Hill. It was a big weekend for sports, and we'll take a look at the Syracuse versus Duke game and what to expect the rest of the season for the Orange Nation. We'll be right back here on Mornings on the Hill.
Good morning, I'm Calvin Milliner here with your Orange Sports Update here on Mornings on the Hill. So we got hoops, and hockey. A little Triple H action for you. We started off with Syracuse men's basketball versus Duke in the Dome this weekend. Coach Boeheim, Coach K squirrel for the last time ever, and it wasn't pretty for the Orange. Things got out of hand quickly. Duke got up 14-0 until Buddy Boeheim hit that shot over the middle. But Paolo Banchero, bang, with the 3-point shot. And Banchero had a great game. He shoots the 3 again, bang, 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 bang. Buddy tries to get it back in before half. Blue Devils were just too much for the Orange. The Orange couldn't hold them. They came out, shots ablaze, and the Orange lose 97-72 to Duke. Here's what the longtime competitors had to say about one another. Now we switch over to women's basketball. They lost to Boston College over the weekend. The team fell 91-75 on senior day, but they are now in the ACC tournament. Their next opponent, Clemson. The Orange have a record of 11-17, and Clemson is 9-20. The matchup is tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Duke. Now on to the ice. The Syracuse ice hockey team are now champions. They were fashionably late in winning as they pulled this off in overtime 3-2, and now they place an automatic bid in the NCAA tournament. Inside the MLB, the league continues to make efforts reaching a new collective bargaining agreement for the 162-game season. And that's a wrap for me, and I'm passing the assist to Thomas Cook. Here you go, Thomas.
But Thursday and Friday, this was the place to be on campus. Students started camping out here 48 hours before the Duke game, and they dealt with frigid temperatures and close to a foot of snow. But they say it was all worth it to see two legendary coaches battle it out one more time inside the dome.
I came here with 7 layers on. I've got 1 layer left on.
It's not cold out.
It's literally like Hawaii out here.
Hawaii or the freezing cold, take your pick. Regardless, it's become a tradition, camping out before the biggest game of the year. The cold temps may have kept some away, but diehard fans embrace the temperatures. The opportunity to get a front row seat meant setting up their tents early.
We wanted a really good spot at the game. We wanted to watch it and
it's
not
Coach
be...
K's last game against Syracuse, second jump behind, so we're like, might as well get there first and get a good spot.
The Autos Army team says they have tried to market these games to get more students to show up, and this weekend is telling just how passionate these fans are.
The students have been so great this year. We've put a lot of work in, all the Autos Army Executive Board, to really market these games better and create more of a student base. But that doesn't happen without the students and without their dedication. So.
And while Syracuse couldn't deliver a win, Autos Army broke the record for the most students at a dome event ever, and they'll have one more opportunity coming up this Saturday against Miami. James, Rochelle, back to you.
Thomas, thank you. Still to come here on Mornings on the Hill, we're going to be talking awards because the season is finally here. And our new segment, stay with us. That story and more just ahead. Welcome back. In a new segment called Mealtime with Miles, our resident meal correspondent Miles Hood is looking to find some local flavor that students can sink their teeth into without having to travel too far from campus. Miles, could you kind of tell us a little bit more?
Thank you, James. Yes, you know, I'm in the mood to find Salt City's best eats and treats, and we're gonna start off just in our own backyard, down the street on Marshall, in between Varsity and Acropolis, who hold down the pizza and burgers. I wanted to try something a little different, and this is Chimac Chicken House. A small little hole in the wall that can fit maybe 12, but they're pushing big flavor and portions, serving up traditional Korean fried chicken at a clucking good price. The fowl may be the star of the show, but it's everything else that's keeping me coming back. Roast pork and duck, oodles of noodles, and even seaweed salad. I went for the tonkatsu chicken with rice and curry. The server told me it was his favorite. I also got salt and pepper squid and crab wontons. This was some of the best chicken I've had in my life. Juicy and flavorful, and the secret star of my meal was the salt and pepper squid. Bold and crunchy, one might even call it incredible. Yeah, it was a great meal. It was a good time. And even after all of that, I had to have dessert, which was also phenomenal. Now, the whole meal did run me a pretty penny at $40, but it was huge portions, and I had so much to take home, I could eat it today and maybe even tomorrow. Reporting live from Mornings on the Hill, I'm Miles Hood, and maybe you can catch me at my next meal.
Miles, thank you. I love that. It was a big weekend for actors and actresses. We kicked off award season, and history was pretty much even made.
Our entertainment reporter, Ari Horton, has the big winners from the Screen Actors Guild Award and the NAAC Image Awards. Ari?
The 28th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards happened this weekend, and there were some big winners across the many categories. The South Korean survival drama TV series that took Netflix by storm, Squid Games, made history at the awards for being the first non-English language TV series to win acting prizes. The thriller was nominated for 4 categories and won in 3 of them: Stunt Ensemble, Female Actor, and Male Actor. This was both Jung Hoon-yeon and Lee Jung-jae's first Screen Actor nominations and their first wins. The comedy series Ted Lasso took home a couple awards themselves for Ensemble in a comedy series, and Jason Sudeikis for Male Actor in a comedy series. And for his performance in King Richard, Will Smith took home the award for Male Actor in a leading role, and Smith also took home an award at the 53rd NAACP Image Awards as well. The Image Awards also happened this weekend, and big winners emerged. Like I said, Smith took home the award for Outstanding Actor in a Motion Picture for his performance in King Richard. Jennifer Hudson, for her performance in Respect, won Entertainment of the Year and Outstanding Actress in a Motion Picture. The Aretha Franklin biopic is what Jennifer Hudson starred in. And on the music side of the awards, Jasmine Sullivan won Outstanding Female Artist over other nominees Ari Lennox, Beyonce, her, Chloe. Sullivan also won Outstanding Album for her 2021 EP, Hotels. And wrapping everything up for your entertainment here on The Morning, Issa Rae, for her performance in Insecure, won Outstanding Actress in a Comedy Series, and the show as a whole won Outstanding Comedy Series. These award shows kick off the season and set the tone for the big stage of the Oscars that is happening in March. I'm Mary Horton for Mornings on the Hill. Back to you in the studio.
Ari, thanks so much. And finally, this morning, we want to wish everyone a very happy Women's History Month.
Yes. And right here at the Community Folk Arts Center, right off East Genesee Street, the Carry the Weight exhibit is shifting perspectives to celebrate Black women and their experience here in America.
And that exhibit will be here until April 27th. And Rochelle, just quickly, I was very interested because Ari was talking about it with the Academy Awards. What's your favorite show on Netflix that you're watching right now?
Oh my goodness, I have too many. I'm not watching something on Netflix right now, but after seeing Will Smith take home 2 awards one weekend, I have to watch King Richard. So that's definitely next on my list. It's not on Netflix, but that's the next one I've got to watch. What about you?
That's on my docket as well. I love You. I love that show, but I do have to watch King Richard because I have seen so many good reviews about it.
I know.
I need to watch it. It's on my list for sure. That's going to do it for us this Tuesday morning here on Mornings on the Hill. I'm James Catato. Make sure you follow us on social media.
And I'm Rochelle LeGrand. Thank you so much for watching Orange Nation. We'll see you this Friday live at 10 a.m. right here on OTN.